Today I am reading Medicine Phosphorus from the book Soul of Remedy, book written by Dr.Rajan Shankaran. Phosphorus lies in the group 5 of the periodical table next to the silicia and sulfur and is closely allied to these two remedies. It is a tubercular remedy. The main feeling of phosphorus is of being unloved and uncared for, to which the patient reacts by being affectionate, friendly, sympathetic in the hope that this love and care will be reciprocated. Rubrics are affectionate, returns affection. He must be sensitive to the feeling of other to win their affection. The effort of phosphorus therefore is in the direction of caring for others, being sympathetic to them. Phosphorus has a wide-ranging sensitivity and reactivity. He is sensitive to all the emotions, anger, fear, and grief, and has the unique symptom, heart flushes from excitement. He feels alone and hence very vulnerable to environmental and emotional factors. We have this fear of thunderstorm, delusion chalked by form being, element from the grief, element from disappointed love. Phosphorus is a vital constituent of all the living being. The phosphorus patient can be very animated, often resembling the patient of an animal remedy. The sensitivity and reactivity in human is manifested by the sympathetic attitude, sensitivity to the suffering of others, and the desire to give and receive the love. It is this sensitivity and reactivity that allow man to make contact, establish relationship, and to find his place in the world. In my experience with phosphorus people is that they are the very sensitive to those around them. They tend to attract attention towards themselves either by their appearance. If you see examine the typical phosphorus constituent, you find that he is lean, fair, with long curved eyelashes and graceful walk, a physical attractive person. Manner of you can by the manner of speaking or the warmth is so. It is difficult to ignore a phosphorus person. Yet, behind this sensitivity is lurking the feeling that they are not getting enough attention, care, and love. This creates an insecurity in the phosphorus which make the person seek more company, more friends, etc. He tries to get the love he misses. He can do this by caring a lot for others, being helpful to others, and going out of his way for them. Phosphorus can make friends very easily. The situation materia medica of phosphorus is of a child who does not get attention and love from the people in his house and therefore make a lot of friends outside in order to fulfill this need. Though he may have a lot of friends, yet phosphorus is often unable to make close, intimate friends, and most of his relationships are at quite a superficial level. They are very emotional, very loving, affectionate, sympathetic, caring. At the same time, they can be very easily excited, very anxious, fearful, clairvoyant, and restless. In the intellectual sphere, we find the increased activity expressed as a idea abundant clearness of mind. These are rubrics are idea, clairvoyant, idea abundant, clearness of mind. Memory active, industrious, sense acute. These all are rubrics. On the other hand, we may find indifference, apathy, deficiency of idea, weakness of memory, indolence, dullness of sense. This represent the collapse or failed side of the remedy. Phosphorus has a delusion. Iceland is on a distance. Such a feeling creates a strong desire for the company. This may be followed by the tiredness or weakness. There is an intense need to get out of his home. the place of his isolation, where he doesn't find any love or care. One can recognize the tubercular miasm in phosphorus, high energy with emaciation and weakness, and phosphorus is also an important remedy for the tuberculosis. Clairvoyance in the phosphorus is generally expressed as a feeling of tremendous intimacy. They may say, I knew as soon as I walked into the room there was a vibration between us, though we had never met each other before. There is a desire to be magnetized, and the magnetic waves can travel. Another way in which the clairvoyance of the phosphorus is expressed is in the anxiety the patient feels for the other person. One of my colleagues for whom I prescribed phosphorus had the feeling 3 times that his father was having a heart attack, and each time within 1 hour of getting this feeling, he received a phone call telling him that his father indeed had a heart attack. This kind of feeling for another person is very typical of the phosphorus. Causticum and nitric acid are also sympathetic remedy, but there is a kind of selfishness behind the sympathetic behavior of these two. They stand to gain by their sympathy, whereas phosphorus is genuinely sympathetic. Causticum is sympathetic in the sense that he is anxious for others, but phosphorus feels the anxiety of others. In Causticum, if her children goes out and get a little late, even though the child is enjoying itself, the mother feels worried. Whereas phosphorus is not so. Phosphorus feels anxiety of others when the other person is anxious. Phosphorus feels it. Nitric acid is a sympathetic Nitric acid is sympathetic conditionally. As long as you are his friend, he will be sympathetic towards you. But the moment you offend him, he will want to kill you. And he is not genuinely sympathetic. Rubrics are affectionate, return affectionate, amativeness, children watchful who are on the lookout for every gesture, clairvoyance, delusion chalked by form, being, delusion Iceland is on a distance, estranged from her family, fear thunderstorm of, intuitive love one too, and Kant says, appetite increased during the fever, and Fatak says grows too fast. This is all about phosphorus.